This is one of the most important videos that I'll ever make. I want to start off by appreciating people who have been supporting this channel. People who have been sending me text messages, telling me to keep on going. Telling me how much my videos help them. Telling me that they believe that we will win in the end. We'll get to understand fully what is actually going on. That we are actually on the right path. There have been so many people who have sent me text messages. There have been so many people who have commented on my videos, who encouraged me to keep on going. In this world that we live in, speaking the truth is actually considered a mental illness. A lot of people don't realize that. Go to any place and actually speak the truth. You realize, someone is going to say this is some Illuminati hand sign. Hey. But you realize that people are going to react so damn negatively. You see, most people have been programmed to react negatively to truth. If you're truly going to be honest with people, they're supposed to react negatively. What I've noticed is that some of the most intelligent people suffer from some form of mental illness. They suffer from these mental illnesses because society is not on the level to understand them. Like, if you are so damn intelligent that you are able to see what other people cannot see, trust me, you will be diagnosed. Like, if you're going to go and see a doctor, you will definitely be diagnosed with some form of mental illness. It's people that are like real geniuses, bruh. These are people who are diagnosed with mental illnesses. You're like, huh? You're like, so okay. So should I actually be like everyone else? You look at everyone else and you're like, dude, there is nothing special about these people. They ain't able to do any of the things that these people that they are saying have mental illnesses can do. You're like, what's going on here? You realize something is very important. They are trying to keep us at a certain level of intelligence, at a certain level of consciousness, at a certain level of understanding. Once you go beyond that level, you suffer from mental illness. And because a lot of people are not smart, they will believe that. You will be spitting facts and they will believe you suffer from mental illness. So it actually gets to a point where you actually suffer from mental illness. Not really because you suffer from mental illness, but because you are suffering more than other people for actually being right, for actually being intelligent, for actually being... I remember when Conquest, if you've watched the series Invisible, when he said, I'm the victim of my own success. So it's like you are so next level that you are a threat. So everyone must be turned against you. And it works that way. The most intelligent kids deal with a lot. I'm talking about kids that can memorize stuff. I don't consider it to be intelligence, bruh. It doesn't matter. Like, you can memorize whatever. It doesn't make you intelligent. True intelligence is the ability to produce, to come up with new ideas, to think freely, to think for yourself, right? To actually be a new human, to not conform. Because you cannot actually make things better in society if you're just thinking like everyone else. So if you have your own thoughts, if you think your own, you're going to have problems in this society. Why am I telling you all this? I have noticed that people who are really intelligent they deal with some form of mental illness. And they actually think less of themselves. Like, yeah, I suffer from depression, so that means that those who are not suffering from depression are better than me. And then those who are not suffering from depression look at them and be like, yeah, we're better than this person. This person cannot control their emotions. This person, is dealing with suicidal thoughts. I can't even say that. You know what I mean? If you're dealing with anxiety, suffer from a mental illness, you find that you are way better than the people that are judging you in every way. You're able to think your own thoughts. You're able to see what is actually going on. Like, yes, maybe we cannot really know what's really, really, really going on, but you are ahead. You're ahead of everyone. You are able to get closer to the truth, to what's real, right? Like, you're reaching your full potential when it comes to thinking. But people will be judging you. I'm making this video to let you know that you are actually better than you think you are. You are actually stronger than you think you are. You are actually closer to the truth than you actually think you are. And you shouldn't look down on yourself. You shouldn't compare yourself to other people. You look at other people, doing well, and you're like, I should be like that person. Clearly what they're doing is working for them. Nah. This system has been created to allow certain kind of people to thrive, not because they are better than you, but because these are the right people that are gonna keep everyone else ignored. Like, it's created to select the wrong people, not the right people. Let me put it that way. So if you are dealing with depression, dealing with anxiety, or you feel like offing yourself, you shouldn't ever think that that's because you are less human than other humans and you look down on yourself. In fact, if you truly understood how advanced you are, you'd feel much better. Because there's some people who are looking at themselves and be like, yeah, there's something wrong with me. That's why I feel the way that I feel. I need help. Blah, 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 blah. I've communicated with people who feel that way, and most of them turn out to be more intelligent than 99% of people that I've met in my life. I'll be like, damn. So you think you're weak because society made you feel like you're weak, but you're not even close to weak. Like, at all. You're not even close. Like, you are so strong to be able to operate at this level of consciousness. If those people that you think are strong were able to operate at your level of consciousness, they wouldn't be able to go as far as you've gone. You know what I mean? I do feel that it's normal to feel anxious sometimes, or maybe all the time. I don't know. But I do deal with anxiety sometimes. But the question that we must ask ourselves, if we feel like dealing with anxiety is normal and you feel like you're mentally ill because you're dealing with anxiety, is what kind of world are we in? Are we in a world where things always happen in our favor? Are we in a kind of world where we are truly safe? When you go out, you're safe. Are we in a world where people don't look at us and judge us? Are we in a world where people don't bully other people? I remember yesterday, I was at a mall and I had this lady was walking, but we suck as humans, man. Like, I'm really not proud of us. So okay, this lady is walking. She's kind of overweight. These guys are laughing at her, like, yo, would you hit that? Would you hit that? And she can hear them. And I was like, man, fuck you, God. Like, what the fuck? Like, why do you put humans through that? That's nonsense, bro. Like, that is total nonsense. That shit is not good. That shit is fucking evil. No one should go through that fucking nonsense, all right? Like, we suck. All of us, even me. Like, as a human, like, we are all flawed, period. All of us are flawed. It's like, she probably had to deal with this shit her whole fucking life. Since she was a kid, she probably had to deal with that. How can she not suffer from anxiety if the whole world is treating her like shit? You know what I mean? Like, let's be real here. Like, oh, you have a mental illness, you're weak. It's like, no, I'm fucking strong. You should feel like that, actually. If you've had to go through a lot to a point that you actually suffer from anxiety, you're not weak, you're strong. You're a superhuman. You've survived hell, bruh. These people that, believe themselves to be strong, they haven't survived what you have survived. Some of you are anxious because you are operating at a very high level of consciousness. You are aware of everything that's happening around you. It's almost as if you can read people's thoughts. People don't have good intentions, bruh. So you are able to read people, and because of that, you're anxious, you're scared. You're like, damn, I'm not safe. Is that an illness in your opinion? Or you're just too damn conscious? You see, you must reach a level of consciousness where you realize that you're not really ill. You're just more conscious than other people. And that's going to give you that's going to make you feel more powerful than you feel. That's going to make you feel better than you feel. It'll get to a point where you'll be like, okay, yeah, I'm scared of this, I'm scared of that, but I have a very good reason to be scared of this and to be scared of that. The same way that if maybe you were scared of crocodiles because you've seen crocodiles, unaliving animals and maybe humans, you know what they're capable of. Or let me not even say crocodile, because crocodile, of course, it will always, like, everyone knows that they're dangerous. Let's talk about pit bulls, for an example. I saw a video where a pit bull, in fact, I think I've shown like 3 videos this month, not last month, of a pit bull attacking its owner. If you were scared of pit bulls, like the last video that I saw, like that thing bit like his fingers off. Like, if you were scared of them, you'd have a good reason to be scared of them. Yeah, it's rare, but it happens. I mean, the owners of these dogs that end up biting them, they never think that could happen. They'll be like, my dog loves me. My dog knows that I feed it, I treat it well. It's here to protect me. But that's not really anxiety. That's just truth. We know what kind of world that we live in. We know that things really do happen. So I would say to you, don't ever feel like you're weak. You see, if you feel like you're weak, you actually will become weak. Use anxiety as a superpower, bro. You will be able to protect yourself from a lot of shit just because you're able to feel anxious in some situations. You will be able to read people. I don't think I've ever really been wrong about people. I've never been. Like, sometimes, okay, people will come into my life and I'll be like, okay, maybe I test them and then they prove me wrong. I'll be like, okay, I'm wrong. I was wrong about this person. But then they prove to me much later that I wasn't wrong at all. Like, if you reach this level of consciousness, I think you will almost always be right about people. And I only say almost just to not sound cocky, but you will see who's real, who isn't. You would kind of like be able to understand what other people think of you, how they perceive you, how they feel about you. Like, you'll be able to see a lot of things that a lot of people are not able to see. So, of course, you will feel anxious, but you should use your anxiety as a superpower so that you will be able to select the right people, that will become part of your life. You shouldn't feel weak because you feel anxious sometimes. You should actually feel strong and use anxiety to your advantage. If you feel depressed, I've dealt with depression. I do deal with depression, maybe every year, but there was a time when I would say to you that I dealt with real depression. That was 2018. But I've evolved. Like when I was dealing with depression, I was evolving, bruh. Like I could feel myself growing every day, reaching low levels of consciousness. I'll be having this crazy insights, bruh. Like, oh, so that's why that happened. Oh, so this is what life might actually be. Oh, like I would have this crazy deep insights. It's just that I wasn't making videos in 2018. I think I might have made maybe 2 or 3 videos. And at the time, I wasn't even used to making videos. You know what I mean? Like, it's not easy to make videos, to be honest with y'all, and until you get used to it. I used to make videos that were like maybe 5 minutes long, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 18 minutes long, and that'll be it. But as you get used to it, it gets to a point where it comes naturally, and it feels like it's easy for you because you've been training yourself. Like I've been making videos since 2021. It was much harder back then to express myself, but now it's much easier. Now I can just sit in front of the camera and start talking, and by the end of the video I would know what I was talking about. Sometimes I do it like that. I just press record and just talk. But it's mostly the videos that don't have like title. Like every video does have a title, but maybe title will be like, okay, let's talk, or something like that. Yeah, those are the kind of videos where I just like start pressing record and start recording. But it has become easier because I've been doing it over and over and over and over again, and almost every day. I was able to reach this level of consciousness because I was dealing with depression. I don't think there was any other way that I would have been able to reach this level of consciousness. I used to take long walks in 2018, bruh. Very long walks, bruh. Like I would wake up at 5 a.m. and be like, okay, now it's safe to go outside, and I would just walk. And because my mom knew what I was going through, she would be calling, where are you? Where are you going? And I'll be totally sane, bruh. It would just be that I'm not able to, like I'm in so much pain that I can't stay in one place. And you find that I had not slept the whole night, so I just gotta walk. And when I'm walking, and that's why I've encouraged people in many videos that, like, if they're dealing with depression, or they have problems that they don't know how to solve, they should just take a walk. You will feel better, bro. Like, you don't necessarily have to know where you're going. And I would say you need to take walks in places that are where there's not that many people, especially if you're dealing with anxiety, so that you'll be able to think. You'll be able to come up with solutions when you do that. You'll be able to cope when you do that. So I'll wake up like at 5 and take a walk, come back home at 9 and try to eat. It wasn't even easy for me to eat. I'll eat and I'll try to sleep, and I'll be like, fuck, I can't sleep. And then where I lived in the village, it was so damn hot, bro. I'll walk even though it's hot. I'll be sweating because I couldn't sit in one place. I didn't know what to do at home. I was bored by everything. I hated it when people visited me, bro. And some people would just overstay their welcome. A point where you just like, hey, like you felt like, but at the time I wasn't very straightforward. So sometimes I'll just be like, yo, I gotta go somewhere, and you find that nigga doesn't want to leave. Like, you want to go with me, and you be like, what? Like, why are people overstaying their welcome? Like, I want to be alone so that I can process my emotions, because I'm confused about how I feel right now. Like I'm in pain, and I don't even know how to process my emotions. But yeah, taking long walks really did help me. I did reach a point where I even felt like, okay, maybe if I was not here anymore, that would be good. And there's been days where I felt so sure that I was going to exit on my own, but I kept I kept on prolonging everything. Like, yo, let me keep on fighting. It's not easy. Let me keep on fighting. Let me keep on fighting. And it got to a point where I didn't feel like that anymore. You know, it got to a point where I didn't feel anxious anymore, because, well, I realized that anxiety was a superpower. It got to a point where I didn't feel depressed anymore, because I realized that I was reaching high levels of consciousness when I was feeling that way. It reached to a point where I didn't want to end things anymore, because, well, it does get to that point where, I mean, even if you've always felt like that, but it does get to a point where it's no longer a feeling. It's maybe an idea. Because there is to feel like ending things, there is to have an idea. Like, you'll be like, yeah, that will be a good idea. Like, this, it's not even a feeling, it's an idea in your mind. We have found ourselves in a realm that's truly confusing. In a realm where you can't be sure of anything. In a realm where the only thing that you can be sure of is your own existence, and that is what is true. No one should tell you otherwise. I mean, come on, like, there's some things that are just obviously true. As a conscious being, you can only be sure of the existence of your mind. You can't even be sure that other people exist. How stressful is that? You can't even be sure. You can't even be sure if you're not living with non-player characters here. You can't even be sure if there are no reptilians here. You can't even be sure if God exists. They give you these different religions. You read all these books to a point where you are just so damn tired, and you're like, "Aye, man, theory of evolution, stories, the Anunnakis, all of these stories, man, so damn confusing." You're expected to do a lot in this world. You're not just expected to sit down. You're expected to face the world, to face the challenges that this world come with. That is not easy. Let's not pretend as if that is easy. That's not easy. So shouldn't you feel anxious sometimes? Shouldn't you feel scared sometimes? The diseases. You can get sick. Accidents. People wake up in the morning and go to work thinking that they'll come back home and get involved in a car accident, and that's it. Getting robbed. There are motherfuckers out there who their job is to rob people. Their job is to break inside people's houses. And they are heartless, bro. I remember there's this story that I've read about this lady. She doesn't have hands. What happened when she was young is that some thieves broke into their house, stole things, took things from them to the parents, and unalived them, and then cut hands. Like, how do we even explain that? Like, what was the reason why they will do that? Are they real? I don't know, NPCs. I don't know, robots. I mean, this is not even about emotions, bruh. You can conquer your emotions and operate at a level of consciousness where your emotions do not control you. But why would you even feel like, I mean, not even feel, but why would you even think of doing it? It doesn't make any sense. But we live in a world where those kind of people exist. And if they do something like that, they'll just get arrested and just go and have fun in prison and eat free food and all that. And you're supposed to be okay, walk around like you're free, not be anxious. Like there are a lot of bad things that can actually happen. We're dealing with the Lord in a realm that we do not understand for real. If you are a true thinker, you'd realize that there isn't much that you understand. All that you can really know is that you're conscious. That's it. Everything else could be an illusion, bruh. You might find that there isn't anything that is actually true other than the fact that you're conscious. Find that everything else is not true. Even your experiences that they're not really real like that. Even the past is not really what you think it is. Like the past can change. People's names can change. Events can change. You'll be thinking, yeah, I remember things happening this way, but then you find that that's not really like, I mean, they prove to you that things happen differently. You're like, what? Like, oh, it's the Mandela effect. We just shifted into another timeline, so some people remember things differently. It's like, yeah, we do live in a realm like that, where everyone is confused, and we're trying our best to explain what is actually going on, but we don't know what is going on. How are people not going to be depressed if things are not working out for them? We have to understand this. There are people who have suffered so much that they don't really know what joy feels like. Let's not pretend as if we're not this, I don't really want to. Okay, let's not pretend as if we're not humans and we do not have needs as humans, and if our needs are not met, we do not feel bad. Like, yeah, I don't feel bad whether my needs are met or not. No, you got needs. You want to be loved. You want approval. That's part of being human. You want to be understood. You want someone to say, hey, I understand what you've been through. You want someone to say, hey, I choose you. I want to be with you. You want someone to say, I feel you. I see you. You don't want to be rejected by everyone. No one wants to be with you. No one wants to talk to you. No one cares about you. How are you supposed to feel? People got needs. People got wants. You want that car. You want that phone. You want to live in that house. Not getting what you want. I remember, I think it was last week, I was in a taxi. This kid was crying because there was a kid that there was this other kid that was eating, I think it was yogurt. She was crying for that yogurt. And the mother was like, no, I don't want you to cry for things that are not yours, blah, blah, blah. But I was thinking, that's how hard being a human is, because you want things that you cannot have sometimes. You just want these things, and you don't know how to not want these things. That baby wasn't able to say, okay, this yogurt is not mine, and my mother maybe cannot afford a yogurt, so I don't want it, and then they stop wanting it. No, they will still want it. What you want, you will always want it. I mean, maybe not always, but you will want it until you don't want it anymore. And that's not really up to you. It just happens that you just don't want it anymore. You find that it's something that you truly wanted, and you suffer because you wanted it. Like, there are so many things that make people feel depressed. There are so many things that make people feel like giving up. You look at the way that the world works and you're like, damn, this is not fair. People don't succeed because they've been doing the right things, because they're good people, because they're strong, because they care about other people. No, that's not how it works. You see the most selfish people succeeding and enjoying life, and you look at yourself and you're like, I'm not that selfish. What's going on here? Yeah, that's life. Whether I would like that to be true or not, that's life. It's not really fair. I mean, yeah, you can say that as a human, maybe you don't know what fairness is. Life is just, what it is, but still, you don't feel like it's fair, and that counts. You shouldn't take your feelings for granted. I mean, yeah, uh, if our feelings do not align with what we really think, yeah, but in it can happen that you are so conscious that you see things as they really are and you don't feel good because of that. So you're not controlled by your feelings are controlled by your mind. You look at bad things happening to people and you're like, yeah, that doesn't make me feel good, and you do not feel good. You're like, I don't like what I'm seeing. But you can reach a level of consciousness where you just don't feel much, because it's another trap. Being able to see what's right and what's wrong, that's another trap, because there isn't much that people can do. Yeah, you see that animals are being harmed. Yeah, you can take that sign and be on the street, and then people laugh at you. Maybe people think you're crazy, and you suffer because of that, and you find that doesn't really change people's minds. I'm not saying we shouldn't do that. I'm saying, because there are a lot of people who watch your videos and agree with you and feel better because they're also looking at the world the way that you're looking at the world. And there are some people who will be like, okay, but why does these people feel that way? Maybe they're right. What if they're right? And they ask themselves a lot of questions, and they end up realizing that, oh shit, you were right all along. This is not easy, guys. You mustn't allow people to make you feel weak just because you don't feel like life is easy. Some people are just not as conscious as you are. It's not that they're strong, they're just not as conscious as you are. They just don't understand what you understand. They don't feel what you feel. And some people just have a lot of copes. I was telling someone that because I remember I told you the story of this guy that we grew up with that ended up unaliving himself because of a woman. He was criticizing him, and I was like, one thing that you don't realize, and this is true, and you realize that it's true. There isn't a person in this realm who will keep on going if they were in deep enough pain. Let me give you this simple example. Like I've been telling you that I watch MMA fights a lot. You'd see tough guys fighting, beating the shit out of each other. But if these tough guys, when they're fighting, one of them, maybe the leg gets broken. I mean, that has happened. You find that someone is trying to kick like their opponent, and then the opponent check that kick, and then the leg is broken, and you see that it's broken for real. They give up immediately. Why am I telling you this? Some people think they're just too damn strong. But the truth is, if you were in deep enough pain, you would give up. It's just that when those guys give up, everyone can see that, oh shit, like their leg is broken. So no one is going to be like they're weak. But what if you're broken emotionally, but no one can see that? Well, you're weak, you're weak. No one knows. Like if you went deep enough, no human in this world will be able to go on if they were in deep enough pain. It's just that we're so damn ignorant and judgmental that we don't understand what leads people to, give up. Yeah, that person is going to hell because they've given up. Yeah, they're selfish because they've given up. Like, nah, man. Life isn't treating us the same, bro. Now, I'm not saying you should give up. I'm saying don't feel weak because you feel like that. Don't ever think that you feel like that because you're weak. No, you don't feel like that because you're weak. You feel like that because you are in deep enough pain. All right? That's it. You feel like that because you are in deep enough pain, not because you're weak. No one is actually weak when you think about it as honestly as you can. No one is actually weak. You could go through something now that makes you feel like ending things, but you don't end things, but you find that you felt like ending things, and you deal with the same thing next year around this time, but you don't ever feel like ending things. You might find that the difference is that maybe you have enough cope now. I mean, next year you'll be having enough cope, so now you don't. Yeah. So you feel like that because you don't. You lose your job. You have a girl that truly cares about you. You don't have a job, bro. You've lost your job, but you're a woman. She cares about you. She supports you. You good. You lose your job. Your woman is like, fuck you. I'm getting out of this relationship. Shit. Your friends don't give a shit about you. And you know what I mean? Like, of course you're not gonna feel the way that you would feel if your wife still supported you, if your girl still supported you, if you lost your job. So you are able to cope because you have support. Some people will look at you and be like, that person is still strong even though they've lost their job. Yeah, you have someone that's supporting you even though you've lost your job. I remember I watched a video maybe 3-4 weeks back about it was a video of this guy that was talking. He just married his wife, and he was talking about her, and he was like, I remember when I lost my job. No one knew that I lost my job because I was still living my life as if I still had a job because my wife was supporting me. When she got paid, she would give me money. I'm not saying, women should give their men money. I don't know, man. Like, relationships are not what they used to be. A lot of people are fake. You could treat people so damn well and they take advantage of you. And I've seen that happen so many times. So maybe it's better to just protect yourself and protect your energy. But yeah, the guy was saying that his wife supported him. That's why he married her. And we should appreciate those who are here for us, man. Like, it's rare these days to have people who truly support you, people who truly care about you. It's rare. It almost doesn't happen, bro. You can go, you can live your whole life. Maybe you reach the age of, like, maybe you die when you're in your 60s and you've not experienced something that's real. Like, you never experienced real connection, you never met someone who actually cared about you. Like, it really does happen in this realm that we have found ourselves in. So don't let these people make you feel like you're a bad person just because you feel the way that you feel. Like, if you feel like this is a hell room, you're a bad person or you are weak. Yeah, you're weak or you're complaining. Like, nah, man, nah. You're something else. You're next level, bro. You are able to see what's wrong. You see, people are able to see what's wrong. They're next level. If you live in a place where there are a lot of things that are being done that are wrong, and you are not able to see that these things are wrong, are you strong or are you dumb? Like, think about it. Like, it's not, you wouldn't not be able to see that what's happening is wrong because you're strong. You will not you would not actually be able to see what's going on just because you are actually dumb, not because you're strong. But you tell yourself that you're strong when you see someone who's actually strong suffering because they are able to see what's actually going on. We live in a world that's unfair, bruh. In a world where certain people get to win and certain kind of people get to lose. Depends on the rules. Depends on who gets to decide what gets to happen, how things should be, how people should view life. So I'd say if you are dealing with anxiety, if you're dealing with depression, if you are dealing with the thoughts of ending things, don't ever look at yourself as someone who's less than others, right? You look at other people and they seem happy, they're smiling, and you're like, wow. I remember there's this guy from my mom's village. He made a mixtape. Called Said Generation. He wrote on his Facebook that we are a sad generation because we take happy pictures but we're sad. So we have to pretend as if we're not sad in front of other people. You post your pictures on Facebook smiling. You can't just post your picture on Facebook and just be sad. You gotta pretend. You know, when you're out, you're outside and you're interacting with people, you gotta pretend. I remember I told you about this video where this guy was playing Mockingbird by Eminem. He was in his car. He was, you could see that he's in pain, bro. He's listening to the lyrics. You could see that he's in pain. Now, this other guy pulled up next to him and he recorded him. And I was like, bro, are you okay? And then he put on a face smile and was like, yes, sir. That video trended. You could see that, nah, dude was not okay. It's just that we've been trained to put on a fake smile when we're not okay because we live in a room where, well, people don't really care. It's not like the dude that was recording him cared. I mean, that's actually the reason why he posted him. It's because he didn't care. It's like, why do you even post someone? Because he probably didn't get consent from him. So I don't think he walked up to him and was like, yo, man, I'm going to post this video on TikTok. He just posted it. So we know people don't really care. It's just that they gotta pretend as if they care because they don't want to look like assholes, you know. But yeah, we put on a fake smile because, well, what can we do? Are you gonna walk around crying? Will that help? Oh, people will laugh at you more. Oh, man, that person cry. Like, they don't care, man. They don't care, bro. They do not care. It sucks. So people don't express themselves anymore. Like, damn, who actually cares? So they just keep to themselves and just, put on a mask and be like, yeah, I just gotta try to survive in this realm by pretending, because that seems to be working for many people. If I'm gonna be real, that might not work, but maybe pretending works. So don't look at other people and be like, oh, they are happy. You see them having fun. You see them with other people and you're like, they're happy. I think a lot of people are empty. Doesn't matter if they have many friends. It doesn't matter if they are alone. I think a lot of people are empty. And that's not really supposed to make you feel good, but at least you won't compare yourself to other people, which is a good thing. Look at yourself as a unique expression of life, right? And if you are this unique expression of life, Why should you copy other expressions? You know what I mean? Think about it. I understand that you'll be judged, but be real. Whatever. Don't ever feel like you're less than other people because they're not like you, or things are not working out for you in this room. You know, it's about luck in this room, man. It's really about luck. It's not really about how well you are able to do things. Yes, that counts sometimes, but really it's about luck, because to even be able to do something so damn well, it's luck. Then the right things had to happen. For Khabib Nurmagomedov to become uh, the legend that he is, 29-0, undefeated, he's never bled in the octagon. He had to be trained by his dad. That's like, he was born in the right family. If Khabib was born in Africa, he wouldn't be famous. He was born in the right place to a right family, and his dad was in the right state of mind. He trained him well, and he became the champion that he was. It's luck. Things don't work out for us really because of our intelligence. It's really about luck. The right ideas have to hit your mind, and you implement these ideas and things work out. If the right ideas do not hit your mind, things will probably not work out for you. Does it mean that you're lazy? Does it mean that you're weak? No, it's luck. If you were playing Russian roulette, wouldn't you feel anxious? Life is kind of like that. You do not know what's gonna happen, bro. I could be recording this video and someone decides to break in, and now I have to fight with them, and I will not know what's gonna happen. If I fight with them, I might even decide to run, but I still wouldn't know what will happen if I decided to run. Maybe they'll chase after me and end up doing something to me because I ran. You never know what's gonna happen. I don't know how I'm gonna end this video. I didn't know that I was gonna say the things that I said. I didn't know that I would be able to reach this insights, that because I when I make videos, it's not like I really know what I'm going to say. I have a lot of truth to speak, so I don't know which truth are gonna come out. I don't know what truth is gonna come up, and that's the thing. So we lie to ourselves when we convince ourselves that people who are not okay in this realm, people who are not okay with a lot of things that are going on, are just weak. Some just envision a better world, and they don't feel like they can create a better world. Looking at what is happening now, and not because they are losers, not because they are not optimistic, not because they don't really want to change things, but maybe they feel like they're outnumbered. Like no matter what they do, it will still be the same. There's a lot that's going on in this realm, man. If you are conscious of everything that's going on in this realm, you probably feel much worse than you do. And if you weren't conscious of what's going on in this realm at all, you probably feel much better than a lot of people. I guess that's why it's good to try to live in the now and try to forget everything. Because if you live in the now, you don't think a lot about the past. You don't think a lot about the future. You just be like, okay, now I'm recording a video. That's it. Here's what I gotta focus on. Here's what I gotta say. This is what I gotta try to make people understand. A lot of people do deal with what we call mental illness. It's just that they've gotten used to it. That they just be like, yo, this is life, bro. This is how it is. And sometimes you can see it in their faces. Like when a person is in pain, I think, like if a person is in real pain, you can see it in their faces. Like even when they take a picture, bro. I've seen people post pictures online and I could just see they're in pain. By just looking at their face and just be like, damn, this person is really in pain. Like at the time when they took the picture, they were really in pain. Like they can't fake it. Like you can't fake it. That's how bad life can be. But that doesn't mean that we must give up. We must do our best to try and reach higher levels of consciousness. And maybe, just maybe, things will be better. Thank you all, guys.